Good morning and welcome, everyone. We're going to get started in just a couple of minutes. If you can, find that chat button for me. Just make sure audio is okay, that you can hear me all right. Our guest today, I think, is a big Yankees fan. So I'm looking forward to getting to know Jon a little bit better with all of you. And I was going to wear the Landvoice hat, but I thought we'd put a little rivalry together with this call today as well. So really excited about our guest. Jon, if you're in here, if you'll just chat with me, I want to make you a panelist and make sure um, you can join and communicate with the group. Guys, the other thing I love to do is just hear where everybody's from. If you get a chance, jump in the chat and let us know what cities, what locations you're in. I think it's a phenomenal opportunity to connect with other people. If you have referrals or opportunities to work in a specific market, throw those cities and states out there so that you have an opportunity to connect if you've got opportunities or listings or buyers that are headed to specific markets.
Sup, dude?
There he is. Good morning, Jon. How are you?
Good.
Jon, we got a good group coming in. A lot of energy and excitement to meet Mr. Jon Cheplak. Thrilled to have you. We don't have a lot of time today, so we're going to jump right into it if you don't mind, Jon.
I'm ready. Yep.
I don't know anyone in the real estate universe that doesn't know Jon Cheplak, but if there's a few out there that might not, Jon, do you mind spending 60, 90 seconds and just give the group a quick intro on who you are and what you do?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is 38 years ago, I was a bouncer in a teen nightclub and a janitor at a seafood warehouse and drove onto the Space Needle in Seattle and loaded a seafood truck and drove a route. I worked 110 hours a week. So I'm not here because I'm smart. I'm here because I am consistent, because I execute, and I got smarter by continuing to execute. So sold 100 homes a year myself personally as an agent, became a branch manager. We closed 1,483 transactions in an office in 1998, giving the agents no leads. Had a 5,000 agent company, 100 offices. I didn't have it. I was the GM. And today I coach the documented top CEOs, team leaders, number ones in the world, REMAX, number ones in the world, EXP, the CEO of EXP, CEO of LPT. I coach high performers who are building a team. A team can be someone that's hired 2 or 3 agents. A team can be someone with 90, 100, 120,000 agents. So that's who I am, and I'm here to contribute, man. That's me.
Man, I love it. And it's a privilege and a thrill to have you on. So appreciate you spending a few minutes with you. We know your time's valuable. Guys, he's freshly back from the Kentucky Derby. What a race, Jon. Did you have a good time out there?
Well, it was unreal. The race was awesome. I think the most important thing, and as you all are investing your time, and I hope this isn't taken wrong, but then I kind of don't care because I know what my intentions are, is proximity is everything, and continue to be a lifelong learner. I would guarantee all of you that are here on this today are highly committed to your business, because the most valuable thing you have is your time, and you can do anything you want to do. And so it was a great event, but it's part of a Zenith mastermind group. And so those of you, I invest $250,000 a year just for 3 3-day events with 23 other people that include Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins. And so, I want to make sure it's not about the 250. It may be $250 for you, and that's okay. It may be $2,500. But it was awesome because you get that proximity. And then, when you look at what we have to pay to be in that mastermind group, that was just a side fun thing we all did together. You tend to have high level conversations. And one thing I'd point out about was very interesting. And listen, I'm not here to get the world sober, but I'm here to get people to live at their highest best of themselves. You have the Kentucky Oaks and the Kentucky Derby 3/4 of the way, and we've got a suite, and we have a server and a bartender. And I said, this must be great. It's not a drunk fest. She said, no, it's terrible. We had all the high-end alcohol in the back end. She says, it's terrible for me. You don't drink. I don't make tips. So you guys will see a post that I put up. I wanted a Celsius. They only had Red Bull. And the next day, he shows up and says, I stopped at the Shell station and bought you 3 Celsius. So it's my story of the $100 I spent for 3 Celsius, but we tipped her.
I love it, man. And what a race. So really cool to kind of hear about it and see it through your lens as well. We're not here for that, obviously, today. We want to talk real estate. We've got a group here, John, that loves to grow their business. Obviously, at Landvoice, we like to talk about a lot of seller data and how to help people list more homes. But that's not the topic today. The topic today is really how to kind of scale your business, how to grow a team. One thing that you're really good at is talking about how to recruit
Yeah.
and bring people into a team. And so there's a lot of different ways we can go today. But I'd like to talk a little bit about that, right? Like, what are the right times in a business for an agent to start scaling, growing, start adding to themselves and building something that can become something really elite and really special, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's a really good question. And I mean really, really good. And you'll hear people respond that way because I don't think it's answered the right way. People are going to give you this academic answer when your production's at this level and you've got this kind of you've got too much business coming in. Just these general business measurements. I think there's a lot more that goes into it. It has to do with your risk tolerance, has to do with your skills and capabilities to have empathy for other people. It has to do with your ability to accept 80% of who you are and what you expect of people. But in its general terms, what I would look at is for most people, it is, hey, listen, you're going to have, I like if I'm saying to someone, okay, great, you want to know the academic way, I would suggest you have 6 months of cash reserve on hand, because the way
Good.
that I suggest that someone does, and that you need to have an overflow of business that's coming in besides your referral business, because up front, the mistake people make big time is they'll start handing out throwing bones of their referral business out.
Yeah.
And you've got to look at cash flow issues. No, it needs to be extra business. Maybe you've stepped into buying leads, because I would say that 95% of people who start growing a team, they've got a good core sphere of influence. The mistake people make is they give their business away per se. They get out of the business per se. They stop selling per se too early. So I think some good reserves are very, very important. It's kind of like
Smart.
being an agent again, man.
Yeah.
Have reserves. And so that's my general answer to it. Now, here's what I'd say. It also comes down to risk tolerance. I have a client that is number one in a particular state. He's got great assets, tons of assets, but he tells me if he has 50,000 in the bank, he's late. He needs to have no money in the bank because he's got the assets going, and so he likes that anxiety it creates for him to go out and do stuff. He has too much money in the bank. Actually, too much money in the bank. He's lazy. So yeah,
Yeah, it's a motivator for some and really kind of a debilitator for others, right?
yeah.
I like it. I think that's a really good indicator. 6 months in reserve gives you kind of a place to start thinking, what's the next opportunity, right?
And have the capability to give agents about 30 leads a month.
Okay.
30 leads a month is a magic number we're finding. And on a side note, right now, some of you either have a team or whatever. Right now, your agent shouldn't have more than 150 leads, period. They shouldn't. So, but that's just one of those pieces to take a look at. Many of you are concerned with gosh, do I have enough? Yeah, you need to have enough. But your biggest problem, there's team leaders here. There are some team leaders, I'm sure.
Yep.
I'll guarantee 99.9% of your agents have too many leads and they're overwhelmed. And you know what they're doing? They're calling 900 leads once instead of 30 leads 30 times. And that's what it takes.
Okay, so I want you to double click on the 150, and we're going to get this, John, out to Landvoice works with 500 of the top performing teams across the country. So if they're not there today, we'll get that in front of these teams. I like what you said there. Just want to double click on it. The 150 leads a month, because we want the
No,
follow
not a
up,
month.
the nurture to
Not a
happen,
month.
right?
No, not a month.
Total,
At
total.
any
They're
time, yeah, 150 max leads is what they need to have. And it might even be, I want to take a look because we've got a ton of VAISAs and we're behind the
Yep.
curve. We're looking at data every single day. And so let me see, what do we have? I'm sorry, I misquoted. 125 leads
max.
max. Okay. If they're closing more than 35 sales a year. Otherwise,
Okay.
No more, watch this. And this is going to, this will either comfort you or you want to argue with me. That's fine. Let's argue. And then let's go back. And I say argue in a good way to the audience. Great.
Yep.
Let's go back and do some math. How many conversations did your agents have over 2 minutes in the last 30 days? I will guarantee it's average of less than 3. Ready? 75 company leads if the agent is closing less than 35 deals a year.
I like it.
Science.
Yeah. Yep. Good. Just barometer of where we are in our business, how we can feed people, but sometimes we feed too much, right? And leads are drying up and you're burning cash as a team owner at that point, correct?
Big time. Massively.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Do you want to step into what some of those leads are for a lot of your top performing teams? Do you want to step into more kind of recruiting? Where do you want to go from here, John?
I think recruiting because really the lead aspect of it. Let's go into the recruiting because you can throw everything out in the streets. It's worth nothing. You can have the best operations, the best leads. You can have all the best things, but if you don't have human beings, see, here's the thing I want you guys to get is this. You're not in the real estate business. You are in the human behavior, human development, human attraction business, period. So you must constantly bring human beings in. How come? Because guess what? You can't make anyone do anything. The number one way to motivate, and this is a boardroom conversation, you guys, so stay with me. We don't put this out there publicly to our agents. The number one way to motivate your agents, listen, throw in the chat. Any of you guys got agents working for you? How's it working out for you telling your agents they got to have 20 conversations a day for 2 minutes and document? It's not working for you. It's not happening. Oh, but wait, there's a way to happen. Companies and teams grow from the bottom up, not the top down. Top down is telling them. Bottom up is bringing in, and this is where I might just flip the script for all of you. Number one, recruiting is your oxygen, period. The people that are crushing right now, breaking records right now. I had a client do 2.4 million last month and netted 280,000. 11% of profit of top line gross. That's okay. He's playing the volume game. I don't know. A lot of people would like to make almost 300,000 in a month. That's the game that he's playing. He is recruiting like a savage, an absolute savage. He's bringing in 18 to 20. Well, I'm picky. Great. Show me your roster and show me the zeros and the ones and the twos and tell me you're picky. So number one, you've got to constantly be bringing people in because what's going to happen is you're going to have people leave you. You're going to have people have life situations come up. And remember this one. Here's the kicker, you guys. We're in a lifestyle business. Tell me if this sounds familiar. Agent sells 5 homes this month. They're gone. They're freaking in Dubai for 2 months. They're rich. They come back, the leads suck, the business sucks, and they rev it back up again. And you don't understand, why don't they want to sell 60 a year when they can sell 5 a month? You've got to constantly be recruiting because here's the number one way to get an agent to take action, to watch, and this is boardroom language, to watch their replacement kick their ass. Watch someone come up in the first 30 days. And I'm going to tell them all a real quick story because hopefully this will get them to get it. Throw in the chat any of you that are leading agents and you're just pulling your hair out trying to get them to take action and do what they need to do to sell houses. Any of you here? Does that sound familiar to any of y'all? You guys throw in the chat. Give me a yes. Yes. I got them all quiet here.
Yeah, quiet group today. Here we go, Tyler.
Okay, that's what you're going to face. If you're not, you're going to face it. Because here's what I know. I know no one's happy with the amount of activity. Brand new agent comes in, sells 5 homes the first month. The top producer comes to the team leader, my client, and says, I see what you're doing. You're giving the new agents all the deals. No, let's open up follow-up, boss. She made 700 freaking calls last month. Watch this. This is how you lead, you guys. The voice of your people is more powerful than yours. And so for those of you that aren't there, this is where you're going to get. So this is good. You're future pacing the growth of your business. Okay. Well, guess what? The next sales meeting, the top producer stands up at the end and says, hey, listen, I need to be straight up with y'all. We're not working hard enough, and neither am I. Top producer, Sally, who sold 5 homes, she's working the old ponds, and she freaking made 700 calls last month. We got to get to work. Bam. That's how you do it. The voice of your agents is 10 times more powerful than yours. The footsteps of your agents is 10 times more powerful than yours. But you've got to keep bringing in, and watch this, you guys, ponies. But in the ponies, there's going to be a stallion. Feed the stallion, starve the ponies.
I love that, John. something we talked about in another training last week was the persona of who we should be recruiting. Do you get into that at all? Can we double
I
click
do.
on the types? A lot of people know disc, some don't, but like what are the personas? Like where do we want to go to find
Good.
these ponies and then these rock stars, right? Or these stallions?
Yeah, I mean, the bad news is I wish I was retiring on a 1,000-acre ranch and didn't have to talk to y'all. Just kidding. I love this. I'll do it till I die, and I'll do it on my ranch. We've got a ranch. So, bad news. No one can predict who's going to be productive. No one. Here's what you're going to find out. You guys are going to have, he was a great interview. 6 months later, how's the great interviewing? Well, he's still just a great interview and hasn't sold shit. So now there's a lot that goes into that, how you interview people and how quickly you let people go. But here's what I am looking for. My interview questions are really, really simple. The one thing that I'll ask always, and do it with buyers too, you guys, buyers and sellers, take them out of the present. Like recruiting is the same with working with listings, working with buyers. It's the same. Take a human being out of the present tense into the future and they'll get clear. Because what's happening is what time do I pick up the kids? What time am my wife and I, we go out to our farm for the weekend? What time are we going to the farm this weekend? Am I going to get the gym session in today? I've got to do some posts today. No, hey, Sally, if we're having a conversation, this is how you open it up. This is how I always like to go to you guys. I like to go to the future and let's work backwards here. If we're having a conversation 12 months from today, so watch how I future pace. And you're just really, really happy about your personal life and your business life. And you just said, Jon, thank you. You impacted my life and my business. Tell me what both would look like, your business and your personal life. Tell me more. What else? Then you get into the senses. How would that feel? Could you see that happening? Okay. So then my next question is tell me about a leader you've had a really, really good experience with. You responded well to. Wow, tell me more. What else? Restate back what they say to you. Seek first to understand, then be understood. Like this is the critical stuff, you guys. Okay. And you can do it on the phone. You can do it in interviews. Okay, great. So what I'm hearing you say is ABC and XYZ are really, really important to you. Awesome. Tell me about the leader you had a bad experience with, horrible. And let them just crap on that leader. Oh my God, that's terrible. And you're kind of sucking them in. And you say, can I ask you a question? Knowing what you know now, is there anything you could have done to create a different outcome? And you know what I'm looking for? Personal responsibility. Because we are all participants, even if it comes down to choosing. I'll share a story with you guys. 1,000 women that got divorced were surveyed. Guess how many of them, and they asked, when did you know you were getting a divorce? 95% said when they were walking down the aisle. 95%. What does that tell us? That's just an example. See, personal responsibility is going back to the red flags. Okay. So we got to own every outcome. I'm not saying it's a knockout punch, but if I see victimhood, I'm going to go deeper with them and say, well, one of the principles we believe in here at Jon Cheplak Real Estate is personal responsibility. Because I don't know if you ever thought about this, Joey. You can't change what you don't own. Can't change what you don't own. And so we have mutual accountability in our organization. I'm always going to be a participant in what's good and what's bad. You're always going to be a participant in what's good and what's bad. If you're willing to live in an environment like that where we work together, then we're going to be a good match. Now, the person that says, yep, I could have done this, I'll hire them on the spot. Want to know why? Personal responsibility is the toughest principle for human beings, especially in an interview, especially when someone's trying to impress us. And then my last one, my interview is simple. And by the way, I'm not crapping on anyone who does. I've studied the Colby, I've studied the DISC, I've studied every single test.
Yep.
My career of recruiting thousands, I've never personality tested a single person. Here's my next one that's critical to me. Tell me the most challenging personal situation you've overcome in your life that you're really proud of. And that one's huge. And the more, not drama they get, but the more transparent, humble, and vulnerable they are with me, I know I can work with that person. You guys, because remember this, Your logic that you're going to tell them on how to sell real estate, that ain't going to carry you. The heart chooses, mind justifies. You've got to be able to connect with the heart of the human being you're leading. Emotion creates motion. Emotion creates motion. My final one. Tell me the biggest challenge, task you were given in a job or at your previous company, if it's experienced agent, that you solved, and how did you solve it? So that's where I'm at in identifying. Now, let's go a little bit deeper on that. Brand new or experienced, don't care. I can give you 3 examples of 3 one of them went from 64 million to $1 billion, doing purely brand new agent real estate scholarship program that we created. And you don't even have to pay it up front. Some pay up front, you pay off their first closing. 3 organizations that went to $1 billion from the, no, I exaggerated, 2 into $1 billion. One went from 64 million to $1 billion doing that. Okay. Another one went from probably 200 million to $1 billion. And then many others dramatically grew their organizations by hundreds of transactions a year. So 2 off the top of my head, there's probably 3, but I don't want to overstate stuff. So brand new, like, listen, I can make an argument today, go for the experienced. They need to be in a lot of freaking pain and they need to be humble, or don't do it. Here's what you guys need to know. Leaders only get the power for small periods of time. I'll tell you what I mean. Y'all know we went on this freaking bull run in real estate for 10 years. Who had the power? The agents didn't need you. Oh, dude, you want to give me that split? I'm going to go back in the backyard to the money tree and pick some money off the tree. I don't need your shit. Guess what? In times of chaos, in times of challenge, people want community and need community. You know, many of us in 2021, including myself, said, we'll never see another market like this. And how stupid was I? As a salesperson, no. I mean, that was just stupid money, right? Oh, as a leader, yes, we will. And you're in it right now. But our periods are smaller. They're 12 to 18 months. The need that agents have for leadership, like, listen, you guys see it. People selling 35 homes last year, selling 5 this year or the year before. I mean, you guys, it's everywhere. It's rampant. And so your experienced agent, they come humble. We've got experienced agents coming back. Screw your splits, you're this. Hi, I'm back. Whatever the split is, please sign me up. You gotta call them. You know what? I do 65 one-on-one coaching calls with team leaders a week, and what they do sometimes they get the COO for a while, or the marketing director, or I'll get I've got 4 recruiters that I talk to for these large teams. You know what 4 of them said to me? Jon, I can't believe all the people I'm calling that are getting out of the business. You guys, listen, hear me. This is the most opportune time. How come? People have problems. We get paid to solve problems, and the bigger the problems, the more problems they are, the more we get freaking paid. Like, you've got to capitalize on this. So that's kind of my answer there. You can go all in on brand new and you'll win. Matt Smith, a client of mine, closed 79 transactions in the first quarter of this year, from recruits that he had joined last year. He will do that pace. Let's say they stay flat, which you know they won't, because they came in last year. They're going to go up. He will close 300, more than most teams, people that call them a team. He will close more transactions, and he's not some 10,000 transaction team. His best year was 750. His best year was 750 back in the money games. Okay. Dude, 300 closings added in 25 this market. So all brand new. There's only 200 agents in his market. So all of you small market, I'm in a small market. Well, I took care of that excuse. There's 200 agents in his market. He's recruited 3 agents, experienced agents in his lifetime. He has to create agents.
Jon, I love it, man. I hope everybody's taking notes. So I want to recap a couple things, right? Like, you're starting a team. You want to get leads into the team. You want the ability to give about 30 leads a month, no more than that, with a total of, they should never be managing more than 125 leads, right? In total.
Right.
And then I love your questions, right? We're asking questions in the recruiting interview. We're always looking for people, but we're looking for people that are humble, hungry, and smart. And your questions are just trying to like get ego out of the room because we're going to check that at the door and get the right people in the right seats, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's it. It's that simple. It is really that simple, and it's getting down to the core. I mean, I don't care what your background is. I care who you are, what you do, and what you stand for. I just don't. I mean, all this you can bring a great. I've seen great resumes fall flat
Yeah.
on their face, and I've seen auto mechanics come in who've got that work ethic. I'll say this. The person who can master the mundane, if I can find something in your background that you've done, like, listen, if someone said to me, you know what I've done is I scraped gum off the concrete at the Fisherman's Wharf for 2 years.
Yeah.
You're hired. You're hired. Just do what I tell you to do.
We want them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
With hungry, right? Humble. That can again check the ego at the door. We had a question real quick, John. Someone said they're quoting you: "The heart chooses and the mind does something else." Do you remember what you said earlier?
Yeah, justifies. Heart
The
chooses,
mind
mind
justifies.
justifies. Yeah. People choose with emotion and justify with logic. You've got to get the emotions moving, right? Tell me, with a recruit, what would it do for your family? Is there someone significant to you that your income impacts? I mean, I've told, and I don't know, I don't see all the names on here, but I've been real clear in my story. I have a daughter that's had 29 open heart surgeries since she was 3 months old. She's 32. We just had three in the last 90 days. I mean, do y'all think anything's going to stop me? Like, really?
No.
Really? Nothing. And so what I would say to you is, and here's the thing, either for you, and I don't know, with where the industry is right now, there's some of you that are in pain, and it's okay. What's not okay is if you don't change your activities when you get off this Zoom. But here's what I want to challenge you to do. You know why you're in pain? You're not lazy. You're not doing the wrong things. You're not tied to your mission. A man or a woman on a mission is unstoppable. I'm just clear on my mission. And I know when I watch the people that are really, really doing well versus those that are struggling, no one's better than the other. One is just absolutely obsessed with and conscious of and focused on their mission. That's it. Imposter syndrome. You lack a mission.
It's so
Self-doubt.
good.
You lack a mission. It's imposter syndrome is a myth. It's bullshit. It is a myth. No, that's like the iceberg thing you guys have seen. Like people say that, you look at anger. Anger is the tip of the iceberg. Anger is a secondary emotion. Fear is the power of the iceberg, right? Like
Yeah.
self-doubt the fear of judgment and imposter syndrome, they're BS. You lack a mission. You're not connected to it. And if you do, you are, but you're not performing. It ain't deep enough. It don't get your heart.
John, I want to say a big thank you before I let you go today because we're up against it. I got to know what KFR is. And then I want you to tell the people out there how to get a hold of you, how to get a
Oh,
hold of your team, how to
yeah.
follow you on Instagram, wherever you are. Can you
Yeah.
just help us know a little bit about your coaching company and how we can get in touch with you?
Sure. Keep blank recruiting. I swore a little bit here and there, but I'm not going to drop an F bomb.
I
So
appreciate
it's a movement. It blurted out of my mouth once on stage. And I watched the crowd move. And the next thing I know, a great former staff member of mine was with me 15 years back in 2021. He had a hat engraved and sent it to me. And now we've got hoodies going. And now we do KFR at the ranch. We did an event in April. We got another one coming up May 22nd. Best place to go, you guys, is follow me at Cheplak Live on Instagram or go to my Jon Cheplak, just my personal Facebook. And I promise you this. If you read and consume all my stuff, you never have to pay for coaching from anyone again. I say that from my heart. I'm not here to pitch anything. I'm here to get people to win. I do plenty. I live from a place of contribution. If you will follow the principles I teach, I'll post 6, 7 times a day, and it is educational, informational. If you will just read. If you get on my email list, it's deposit, 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 educate. And then here's the final piece. Wow, he's doing pretty good. He's got a pretty good business. I should copy what he's doing. And please copy what I'm doing. Copy from a place of contribution. Look at the way I write copy. Look at the way that I post. Don't be me. I'm a little bit on the edge, but I am looking for that 0.001% that has that savage, a big heart, but that savage mind. So I've chosen to focus on my avatar. So there you go.
Jon, you always bring it. Really appreciate you guys. Let's KFR out there
Yeah.
today and every day. Really appreciate you, Jon. We'll see you again soon, man.
All right. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it.
See you guys. All right.